Hello, everyone watching. Today we're going to be presenting our group project, which is designing urban pollinator corridors to mitigate heat risk zones at the University of Texas at San Antonio downtown campus. I am speaking on behalf of my group, Trevor Seals, myself, Samuel Guerra, Jason Salinas, and Lee Tran, and we are in the second section of global changes. So, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so introduction to the problem. Why is it important? So, increasing temperatures from the heat island effect are affecting the downtown area. As you can see on the map, uh, that is a heat vulnerability map and score of downtown San Antonio. And the area that is super red, that is UTSA's downtown campus. So as you can see, it's extremely vulnerable to heat. Um, and so having that said, there's very little green space, which means that there's hotter surface temperatures, less shade, and disrupted habitats for pollinators like bees and butterflies. So, project need and justification. It's important. This project is important because of the rising temperatures that make outdoor areas uncomfortable and less usable. At the same time, pollinator species are struggling because there aren't enough connected green spaces. It's also really inconvenient for people to have to see that or walk through what we're about to present. And our project overall will support UTSA's sustainability goals by implementing a pollinator corridor. So similar projects, there is a pollinator corridor pollinator garden / corridor located on UTSA's main campus. I've put a map of where it is. Also, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife actively support and fund pollinator corridor projects, and the reason being it's supporting and it's known to support the feasibility and habitat diversity. So yeah. So main proposal. We're proposing a pollinator corridor adjacent to the Buena Vista building, the University of Texas San Antonio building. We're going to replace the non-native grass here with native plants and native grasses, trees, shrubs, and flowers. This is going to improve the soil health using mulch and drip irrigation. The plants are going to be drought tolerant and adapted to our climate, which keeps maintenance low. And as you can see, it's kind of just like a patch of land that's not really being used. So the species that we are selecting, we're going to be using native plants such as desert willow, cedar elm, anaqua, live oak, as well as shrubs, Texas kidneywood, agarita, Blackfoot daisy, Greg's mistflower, Texas lantana, coneflower, and then grasses, side oats, grama, a little blue stem, and Lindheimer's moly. I did put some of the pictures that would potentially be in this pollinator corridor, this garden. Yeah. And so implementation, so step by step, we broke it down into step one, select and mark the corridor area that we're going to be transforming. Step two, remove the grass, prepare the soil, maybe tilling. Step three, plant all the trees and shrubs. Add the flowers and native grasses, and then add mulch and water. And then step six would just be the long-term maintenance as well. Also, if applicable, or if enough resources go into it, potentially add a porous paving for a little path, but we can see in the end. So, project timeline. The project can be installed within a few weeks, but it'll probably take a couple months if led by UTSA's students and organizations. Week 1 could be planning, week 2 could be site preparation, week 3 could be installation, and then week 4 through 8 could be establishment. And then we could go into maintenance, early maintenance, and then long-term maintenance as well. So,
Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be Lee Tran speaking in. So the next topic in our proposal is going to be the estimate cost, which is, you can see here, the estimated cost of all the trees, shrub, flowers, native grasses, and the soil, compost, mulch, and tools. So the total will be around the minimum of $2,030 and the maximum would be $3,770. So basically, most of these costs comes from purchasing the native trees and plants that, along with mulch and basic tools. Because the plants are native, long-term maintenance is going to be inexpensive if the proposal falls through. Feasibility. Now, our project is physically feasible because the space is open and well suited for planning. Financially, the costs are reasonable, which means that the maintenance to manage these would be a lot more manageable because the plants need little water once established in the pollinator garden. And you can see here of all the benefits of with the physical feasibility of the climate adapted plants, suitable open site, with the financial feasibility with low cost and cheaper long term. And then for maintenance feasibility, it will be low water needs and manageable by existing staff. And then administrative feasibility will align with UTSA's of the University of San Antonio sustainability goals. So the environmental benefits that this proposal has come through is that this project helps reduce heat through shade and moisture released by plants, with the heat reduction through with additional cover crop, which is shade, and evapotranspiration. So this can also improve and increase biodiversity by supporting pollinators that might want to come through this pollinator garden, and also improves soil health, reduces runoff, and contributes to better air quality. With the campus and community benefits, besides the environmental improvements, the corridor will make campus look a lot more better, provide opportunities for outdoor learning and research, and possibly lab classes. It can also position UTSA as a leader in urban ecology and sustainability. Now, the challenge is, by doing this proposal, is that it will include the initial cost, the need for watering during the first few weeks, and temporary disruption during installation. Overall, though, the long-term benefits outweigh these small challenges. Going ahead with the alternative feasibility, we try to compare our idea to leaving the turf as is, doing non-native landscaping, or developing the area differently. The pollinator corridor offers the most benefits for the lowest long-term cost. It improves heat conditions and supports wildlife, something that the other options can't match in the long run. So for the quantitative impacts, you can see here that if we go ahead with this proposal, the air temperature will be cooling by 4 to 9 Fahrenheit, decreasing. Surface temperature will drop between 20 and 35 Fahrenheit under the shade. Extend the pollinator bloom window from 2 to 3 months to 6 to 9 months. And then trees can can sequester 20 to 65 pounds of CO2 yearly, improve ground infiltration, and reduce surface runoff through the root system. The conclusion, so to the conclusion of this proposal, this project is affordable, feasible, and brings major benefits to both the environment and the UTSA community. Thus, creating a pollinator corridor is a simple but powerful step towards making the downtown campus more resilient and sustainable. And thank you. These are all the references that we made. Yeah, thank you very much.